Not every player is destined to reach Canton, but every team has at least one player who might be.
Brady is taken down. Khalil Mack.
The Hall of Fame debate will always be a popular one for football fans. Was a certain player great enough for a long enough period of time to be enshrined in NFL immortality, or do they deserve to just miss the cut? Every NFL team has at least one player with a great opportunity to make Canton. Some of these guys are locks thanks to their already established resumes. Others are just getting started, but they already appear to be on the right trajectory. So let's check out who the most likely Hall of Famer is on your favorite team. Arizona Cardinals, J.J. Watt. By no means is he Arizona's best player, but Watt could retire right now and he would still be a lock for the Hall of Fame. It's a shame that injuries have derailed the second half of his career, but 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards and more than 100 career sacks are more than enough to earn a gold jacket. Atlanta Falcons, Kyle Pitts. Pitts has the tools to be the best tight end of his era, so it's not too early to talk about the Hall of Fame. Pitts was viewed as a generational talent at tight end when Atlanta took him 4th overall in 2021. He cracked the 1,000-yard mark in his rookie year and will only get better as his career progresses. So we're already feeling good about his chances. Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. Tough one here. Calais Campbell feels like a toss-up. Ronnie Stanley and Marlon Humphrey have played at all-pro levels for a while now. But Canton is most friendly to quarterbacks, and a healthy Lamar Jackson is totally a Hall of Fame level player. There are already concerns about how long he'll actually last given his style of play. But if he can do this for just a few more years, we'd like to think that he'd get in. All those NFL records and his 2019 MVP award should really help. Buffalo Bills, Von Miller. Yes, Josh Allen is the Bills' best active player, but he's only 4 seasons into his career, whereas Miller already has a 1,000% chance of getting in. The 8-time Pro Bowler has 2 Super Bowl rings, a Super Bowl 50 MVP award, and more than 100 career sacks. Need we say more? Carolina Panthers, Christian McCaffrey. There aren't any veterans with a chance at the Hall of Fame on this roster. Carolina has several young talents here, but it's way too early to talk about Canton for the likes of Brian Burns, Jeremy Chin, J.C. Horn, or DJ Moore. Yes, Run CMC missed most of 2020 and 2021, but let's not forget how dynamic he actually is when healthy. There aren't any other do-it-all running backs of his caliber, and McCaffrey is really his own type of special weapon. Terrell Davis got into the Hall of Fame with only 4 healthy seasons. With a few more healthy Pro Bowl years, McCaffrey should get in as well. Chicago Bears, Roquan Smith. Eddie Jackson was also considered here, but Chicago's do-it-all linebacker is 4 years younger and in a higher trajectory up to this point. The Bears' 2018 first-round pick has really picked up his game over the last 2 years, even though Chicago as a team has really struggled. Don't get us wrong, his Canton odds aren't too high right now, but Smith's skill set and age give him a much better chance than any other Chicago player. Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow. Burrow has quickly established himself as one of the NFL's elite quarterbacks. He led the Bengals to a Super Bowl appearance in his first full season. And to think, we haven't even seen the best of Joe Cool yet. Jamar Chase also deserves consideration here. Chances are we'll be seeing both of these former LSU teammates in the Hall 20 years from now. Cleveland Browns, Myles Garrett. The first overall pick of the 2017 draft broke the Browns' long sad history of wasting high-end selections. Garrett has been everything the Browns could have asked for, with a ridiculous 58.5 sacks through his first 68 career games. Garrett just keeps getting better and better. If he retired today, there would be a compelling case to let him in now. But considering he's only at the start of his prime, yeah, Garrett will get there. Dallas Cowboys, Zack Martin. With all due respect to Dak Prescott, Tyron Smith, CeeDee Lamb, and Ezekiel Elliott, nobody is a safer pick here than Martin. It's no disrespect to the others, but Zack has been the NFL's best guard since he broke into the league in 2014. The 5 first-team All-Pro nods and a 2010s All-Decade team selection are proof in the pudding. If Martin retired right now, he'd be a lock. All that's left now is to win a Super Bowl and strengthen his case as the greatest guard of all time. Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson. Wilson is also in the category of players who have already locked up a spot in the Hall. The 9 Pro Bowl nods, Super Bowl 48 championship, and 9 straight winning seasons to open his career are just a few of his impressive feats. Now that Wilson is a Bronco, Denver can brag about holding at least one future Canton member on their roster, even with Von Miller long gone. Detroit Lions, Penei Sewell. Like Kyle Pitts, Sewell was considered a once-in-a-lifetime prospect coming out of the 2021 draft. The stud offensive tackle had a very solid year as a rookie, but trust us, he hasn't even hit his full ceiling yet. He's got the size, strength, and all-around skill set to be the league's best offensive lineman of his era. So don't tell us it's too premature to talk about Sewell's Hall of Fame induction. Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Are we really going to debate this one? It's criminal that the 4-time league MVP only has 1 Super Bowl ring, but A-Rod is still a lock to get in. The only question is when will he call it quits and become eligible for the Hall? Houston Texans, Derek Stingley Jr. To be honest, there isn't much to choose from here, so we have to go with the number 3 pick of the 2022 NFL Draft. The LSU cornerback has the tools to be a perennial Pro Bowler and multi-time All-Pro. He's in a good position to succeed under defensive guru Lovie Smith, too. Indianapolis Colts, Quenton Nelson. Well, this is tough. Matt Ryan is a coin flip, Jonathan Taylor is a superstar, but running backs really don't last long in this day and age. DeForest Buckner and Darius Leonard have great chances, but there's still some work to do. So let's go with one of the best offensive linemen the game has ever seen. Nelson is already on a Hall of Fame trajectory and is still in the very early stages of his prime. We're already very confident in this one. Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence's rough rookie year is nothing to be concerned about. We've seen some of the greatest quarterbacks ever struggle in year 1, like Peyton Manning and John Elway. T-Law was considered the best QB prospect since Andrew Luck for a reason. He is only going to get better as he progresses. It won't be long until he is a top 5 quarterback and perennial MVP candidate. Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. No QB has ever racked up the crazy eye-popping stats through their first 4 seasons like Mahomes. With an MVP award, a Super Bowl ring, and Super Bowl 54 MVP honors on his resume, the sky is the limit for what Mahomes can do from here on out. Las Vegas Raiders, Davante Adams. Adams has been the NFL's best wide receiver since 2019. Even if his production drops off without Aaron Rodgers, and it likely will, Adams has already done enough to warrant significant Canton consideration. 2 or 3 more 1,000-yard seasons should seal the deal. Los Angeles Chargers, Khalil Mack. We would love to put Justin Herbert or Joey Bosa in this spot, but Mack is just a couple of more strong seasons away from locking down a spot for sure. He should finish his career with 100+ sacks. Not to mention the 2016 Defensive Player of the Year already has 6 Pro Bowl nods on his resume. Los Angeles Rams, Aaron Donald. He is the best non-QB of his era, and it's not even up for debate. His Super Bowl 56 championship was just the icing on the cake. Honestly, he could retire right now and walk straight into the Hall. Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill. Lots of young talent on this Dolphins squad, but none of them outside of Hill have played at a Hall of Fame level. The Cheetah, who Miami acquired in a 2022 offseason trade with KC, has been the ultimate game changer since 2018, when he joined forces with Patrick Mahomes. There are concerns about how effective he'll actually be with Tua Tagovailoa throwing him the ball now, but Hill is just too talented to completely fall off that Hall of Fame trajectory in South Beach. Minnesota Vikings, Justin Jefferson. We wanted to put Harrison Smith here, but Jefferson's career has just begun, and yet he's already a top 5 receiver in the league. How can you bet against a guy like that? Jefferson is an all-world talent who will actually get better. Yes, it is possible if the Vikings transition towards a more pass-happy offense. New England Patriots, Mac Jones. For as great as the Patriots have been under Bill Belichick, there have only been so many true Hall of Fame talents under his watch. Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski are long gone, leaving the Patriots with no shoo-ins. So, if we have to choose one guy, it's gotta be Mac Jones. The Patriots' 2021 first-round pick had a superb rookie year and gave New England fans some long-term hope in the post-Brady era. New Orleans Saints, Cameron Jordan. Ryan Ramczyk, Marshawn Lattimore, Michael Thomas, and Alvin Kamara have very strong chances. But Jordan has been around for more than a decade now, and the longevity and consistency he's played with are enough for him to take this spot. Jordan has always been solid in NOLA, but he's been among the elite pass rushers since 2017. Call it aging like a fine wine, if you will. With 7 Pro Bowl nods and more than 100 sacks on his resume, Jordan has a 70 to 85% chance of getting in right now. But with a few more successful seasons, he will be a virtual lock. New York Giants, Evan Neal. Saquon Barkley's injury history leaves us doubting his ability to get in at this point, despite his world-class production when he is at full strength. Looking at this utterly flawed Giants roster, we had to settle on one of their 2022 first-round picks. Don't forget that Neal was once viewed as a potential first overall selection. The Alabama product should be a foundational piece on that offensive line for years to come. And if he hits a ceiling, there is no reason to believe he won't get into Canton. New York Jets, Ahmad Gardner. Like the Giants, New York's other football team has several young talents, but no superstar-level veterans who will push for the haul. So once again, we're settling on another 2022 draft pick in Ahmad Sauce Gardner. We aren't going to compare him to former Jets legend Darrelle Revis, but there are similarities within their styles of play. If Gardner shuts down half the field consistently and forces QBs to throw elsewhere, like he did at Cincinnati, then there's no telling how much he could impact this defense. Philadelphia Eagles, Jason Kelce. If Kelce isn't the best center of his era, he's at least been the best player at the position since 2017. You know, the season when the Eagles captured their first Super Bowl championship. Kelce's longevity and individual accolades make him a guarantee to get in. The only question is if he'll enter in his first year of eligibility, or will he need to wait like so many other all-time great offensive linemen? See Alan Faneca and Jerry Kramer. Pittsburgh Steelers, TJ Watt. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player of his era. The second best is up for debate, but you can easily make a case that it is the Steelers' franchise star. JJ won't be the only person in the family donning a gold jacket one day. The 2021 Defensive Player of the Year literally keeps getting better every single season. He tied Michael Strahan's single-season sack record last year, despite playing 15 games instead of 17. Of course, Watt could very well break that record one day. He will be at the 100 career sack club within 3 years, which would put a cherry on top of his already high chances at Canton. The San Francisco 49ers, Trent Williams. Not sure if we will see a more consistently dominant offensive lineman in this era. In his age 33 season last year, Williams finished as Pro Football Focus's highest graded player at 98.3. How many players have a career year on the wrong side of 30? Let alone at a position where it's hard to dominate for such a lengthy period of time. I just hope they make gold jackets that are big enough for Trent. Seattle Seahawks, DK Metcalf. With Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner long gone, we gotta pick one of Seattle's young franchise players. So let's go with Metcalf, who has made a strong case to be considered a top 5 receiver in the game. The concern here is if Metcalf can keep playing at an elite level without Russell Wilson. Hopefully, the Seahawks don't waste his prime as they search for their next franchise QB. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady. Death, taxes, and Tom Brady one day entering the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This is by far the biggest no-brainer of the bunch. Next. Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry. Longevity is the key for running backs, but it's hard since they tend to hit a wall by their 30th birthday these days. But we believe a fully healthy Henry can bust out a few more 1,000-yard seasons. And again, Terrell Davis got in with 4 1,000-yard seasons. Henry will likely surpass that total. Plus, he has a 2,000-yard season and the 2020 Offensive Player of the Year award under his belt. It's not a lock, but we'd lean towards yes for Henry at this point. Washington Commanders, Chase Young. Young was struggling in his sophomore season before suffering a torn ACL in Week 10. But make no mistake, he is still going to strike fear into the hearts of opposing offensive linemen and quarterbacks for many years to come. The 2020 version of Young was all-pro worthy, but he's gonna get significantly better from here on out. We're already very confident that the 2022 overall pick will get in when all is said and done. But who do you think is your favorite NFL team's most likely Hall of Famer? Join us in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. But hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.